Hi there, welcome to another episode of Productivity and Tips. So, now we are going to look at the application which is Google Docs. So, Google Docs is basically stand for to create documentations and so on. And if you look at it in Microsoft, they call it as Word, so which is the alternative product of in Google, we call it as Google Docs. Anyway, so Google Docs will basically helps you to create documentations and so on. And also you could just see this is the first interface that you get once you log into your email account, which is your Gmail, also your corporate email. And also you could find there are some templates which you also can basically customize it however you want it to be. So there are some customizable templates such as like newsletters, proposals, and brochure. There are various type of criteria which you also can use it for your own purposes. Anyway, so let me just directly go to a blank document, and you can see this is the look and the feel which gives you a similarity as same as uh, Microsoft Word. Anyway, so let me just rename the document. I'm gonna just rename it my first doc. So I'm just gonna give a random name, and then you can also see right now I didn't give any manual save button here. For me to save this document, I don't have to find or figure out a way to save it. There is no such thing called save. Everything gets saved automatically. Some of you might know this, but let me just go on, move on with the rest of the features. All right, so think of a scenario that you need to create a document. Basically, you might have a certain task, such as like creating a proposal or creating certain contents. So mostly what we would do is we create the points, and then based on the point form we create all the contents. So we may have to take some time to create the document. But what I would do is, most of the time when it comes to Google Docs, I don't use my keyboard. I would rarely use it. But right now what I'm going to use it is basically whatever that comes flow through my mind. Whatever that I want to really put input all those points, I would just simply use my voice. So let me just show you how to do that. So I'll use the voice typing feature. So there you go, there's a mic and on the screen right now, on the left corner of the screen. So I'm going to tap on the mic. So you can see right now whatever I speak, it will get typed on the screen. So this will helps me to create document immediately, then and there, without using a keyboard. Just using my voice, I can get the job done. So this is one of the productive feature that you could find in Google Docs, none other than any other product. And because Google specifically, they have given this particular feature for the user to explore it in terms of creating documents by using this voice typing. And this will also helps you to use other commands such as full stop, select all, and you can also see it may also differ based on your connectivity. But uh, obviously you'll be able to use it just simply using your voice, and you can create the document. So on, you can also look at if you want to create certain documents based on any other languages. Almost 70% of languages around the world, it's basically you can find it right over here. So our native language would be Sinhala, and in addition to that, Tamil is also available in this Google Docs. So so now I could just simply create the document while I'm attending to any other multiple tasks. So which means I can gain a lot of productivity. That's what it means. So now I'm going to basically share this document, which means, okay, just say for an instant, let's say you want to uh, create this document with help of your colleague. Okay, so you might have to consider creating your own contents. You have to fill up your all the points, and then once you complete with the task, or once you complete with your end, you probably you have to share it with your coworker. But in Google Docs you don't have to do that. Instead of you completing and after sending it to the your coworker, you could just simply type the coworker's email address if they are using an email account. So you can just type their email. So I'm going to just click on my other email account, and then basically you'll be able to define whatever privilege that you want to provide to that user. So I'm going to give as editor, and then I'm going to send it to my other account, and immediately I'll be notified, which means the user will be notified as an email. So let me just quickly jump into my email right now. Okay, let me just open it over here so you can see right now. It has been notified me right now. You can see this document has been shared by my other account. So now when I open it, immediately you'll be able to see on my screen, once the user been logged in, simultaneously we can users multiple users can work on the document. So you can see now I'm at my other account, which is this is the original account which I used it initially, and I have shared it to my other account. You can see the user, whoever opens the document at that particular time, it'll be indicating how many people have opened the document at the same time. So so whatever I type on this screen, it will be basically indicating this is a test. So you can see now it also drastically, it will also will be it will show on the screen at the real time. And also the other best part of it, what you would do is, like, let's say you want to send this particular document to any other user or to any of your client who is not a Google user. So you might have to consider to convert this document into a PDF or any other format, even if to a Microsoft format. So you might have to think a way to convert it. So you don't have to do that here. In Google Docs, you would immediately, you can go to file, and there's something called download and into Microsoft format to any other fundamental format. So you can also see there's a PDF format here. You could just even download it then and there. So you can see that document has been downloaded. If I open it, there you go, this is a PDF file. And let me just move back to the document. And also, let me say I have a scenario where I would create a document. It could be a letter, concerning to your client, whom you really want to consider on sending them certain notices. So there are people who prefer preferences in terms of languages. So there are a set of people who would like to get the notices in Sinhala. Okay, so let's say I'm going to just pick an article from a website. So let me just directly go to an article over here, and let me just click on a random let me just click on the Pixel 6 article, and then I'm gonna just open it. Let me just copy this paragraph over here. I'm just gonna copy, it's a random paragraph, so I'm gonna pick and copy it, and I'm gonna just paste it on this document. So I have pasted it right over here. So now I have to find a way or find a translator for me to convert this document. So most of the time we might have to figure out a person or any other tools to convert or to translate this into another language. But here you don't have to do that, where Google Docs will help you to translate a document then and there. So I just went to tools to translate document. I'm going to choose a language. You got to choose a language over here. So I'll select the singular and then translate it immediately. So the document get basically it'll go open the new document, and it took the translated version into a separate document. So you can see now, but you can also see at the same time, let me be honest with you, you can't here you won't get 100% accuracy in terms of translating to another language, because basically still it's a machine where it also improvise based on your work. And it's also Google are working with improvising this particular feature. So you may get like 60 to 70% of uh, the accuracy, the translation on this document. All right. So, and also you could just basically change the language for, in terms of, if you're using if you want to use another keyboard, which basically you can also select a singular language right over here. And then you could also see there's something there's a singular letter word which also indicates at the top. You can select any of this format. If you want to do it as a singular font, you can also use the keyboard now. If I want to type ibo1, and you can see it'll immediately indicates the key letter word which you typed by using the Singlish version. So that is the option you can use also when it comes to the Google Docs. So you can basically use Google Docs by sharing it even with people who use a Gmail account. You can also share across with any of those people, so that they also will be able to, share the document and connect to the document at the same time. Simultaneously, multiple people can use at the same time. And also there is, let's say for an example, uh, since if you want to attend to a certain meeting through a virtual call, so you might have to open all those relevant documents, and then immediately when you want to share the screen during that meeting, during that virtual call, so you might have to go and figure out which tab that you have opened and which tab that you need to present it. You don't have to do that. So while I'm in the document, there's something called a present to meeting right at the top, which is next to the share button. You could just simply click on that icon, and whatever events that indicates on the screen, which means whatever pre-organized events which you have organized in your Google Calendar, will be indicating right over here. So that's what Google Docs is, and what the features and the productivity features and all those necessary action that you can take. And so let's look at another episode, another product, another episode. Thank you so much.